Can I make a stunning card featuring foiling and stenciling? I don't know. Let's give it a try. Hi and welcome to Amanda's Paper Crafting. For this card, I'm going to be using these foilable, well, one of the panels from these foilable sheets, these stencils here, and this nice copper foil. So let's begin. So for the foiling, I'm going to be using my ink machine, and we're going to be using one of these foilable sheets here. So the foil's going to adhere to where the black ink is, and anytime you do this, you always want to just dust off your sheet and dust off your piece of foil. I'm going with copper since it's a fall theme. All right. Go ahead and line them up. And you stick this right in the folder. And we're going to run that through the ink machine. I really enjoy making these foilable creations. It just really adds like another dimension to the cards, I find. That's my personal opinion. Now when your card comes out on the other side, you always want to let it cool off first, just cool to the touch, before you remove the foil. It just gives it a little bit more time to adhere. So just slip that off to the side, and let me move this out of the way. Okay. All right, so let's see how it looks. Ooh, that came out nicely. Yeah, check that out. Okay. All right, it's looking good so far. Now, of course, with this leftover sheet, I can always use a toner sheet, like a piece of, a toner sheet is going to be a piece that has full ink, and I can create another card with all of these foilable pieces. All right, let's get to the stenciling, shall we? Okay, so we're going to take our foiled piece and we're going to place it on this low tack mat to help with keep the stencils in place. So I've never done one of these before, so of course let's try it out and see. All right. Let's do the sunflowers first, shall we? Okay, let's see if I can get this lined up proper. That looks pretty good. There we go. Okay. All right, so I've already pulled out some inks that are great fall colors, that is. So I'm using a sunflower color. You're going to see that a lot of my supplies are from close to my heart. Unfortunately, they are no longer in business, but I've been crafting for a very long time at this point, paper crafting that is, for a very long time at this point, and they've always been my go-to brand. So yeah, all right, let's get to this. Okay, let's do the pumpkins next. For the pumpkins, I'm going like a autumn terracotta color. Next, let's get the leaves done. The mat keeps sticking to my finger. There we go. Oh, for the leaves, I am using a garden green. All right, last panel. So this is the flowers and the center of the flowers and the stem. Hold on. There we go. Little cat hair on there. Got a cat. Guess she was trying to be part of the creation process today. All right. Let's get the stems done first. Going with just a chocolate brown on this one. And use the chocolate brown for the stems and the center of the sunflowers. And for the flowers, I'm using like a ruby red. see what we've got. All right, that came out pretty cool. Now let's see if we can get this off this sticky sheet. They say you can just kind of bend it and it will come off. And there we go. All right, well, in order to fix the kind of warped thing we got going on, since I used a sticky mat, I am going to go ahead and run it through my ink machine, but with no heat, because it should flatten it out for me. Let's see how that works. Okay, so here's our end result. Now, you'll see it's a little warped because I had it on that sticky sheet, and getting it off the sticky sheet, it's got it a little warped here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my ink machine, and on 0, it actually has no heat. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck it in here. It's still a little warm from earlier, but it should be fine. And we'll just run it through to get it back into the proper shape. Fun fact per greetingcard.org, 65% of people who buy cards agree that receiving cards and letters in the mail lifts their spirits. Greetingcard.org also says, according to research, getting a card just because is more meaningful because an unexpected card carries an additional element of surprise and delight. Let's see how that worked. Haha, voila. See, now we've got it all flat, ready to adhere to a card. And I really do like how this turned out. This turned out pretty cool. I will definitely be making a card with this. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, subscribe, and share. If there's anything you'd like me to show you how to do, or some sort of paper crafting idea you'd like to see me take on, drop it down in the comments. I'd love to hear. All right, have a great day, y'all. Happy crafting.